Hello everyone, welcome to the first fast cast of the Fast Fits in 1 channel for YouTube members and stuff like that. Today we're here with Jacktherippa, an epic 2v2t player.
Welcome.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about like just random stuff, talk about 2v2t stuff as well. So yeah, I guess we can just get right into it. So right now, as you can see, we're at Midnight Council, which is like a cult location. It's very cool. Yeah, so we have like a resource pack, we have like these epic coats and stuff. Jack is wearing an owl hat thing around this campfire thing. It's pretty cool. I guess we can like talk about like how we got here, right?
Oh yeah, I guess we should, yeah. We speed hacked down the nether highways. I'm not going to say which ones, but it took like 2 hours to get here.
Yeah, like after the stream we got here, right?
Oh yeah, we departed immediately 2 weeks ago-ish, something like that.
Yeah, like in I was getting chased by like 10 people there. I'll probably show like a screenshot of it on screen right now. But like
yeah,
they were like literally there was like 10 of them. They were just like fighting me, and then like I had to do backflips with the do a barrel roll mod. And that actually kind of worked, and that juked them out, and then I escaped. I had to log out.
It was quite something, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that we found the highway. It took like, yeah, as you said, like 2 hours, and then
roughly.
I do have like footage of us like actually getting here. And yeah, as you can see in the background, we have like a iron golem thing over there. I haven't seen that actually. Do you know who built that?
They just built that yesterday after I streamed here. They needed some of my villagers, and they used a certain special something to yoink them up there. And after they were yoinked, that was it. Things started producing iron. Funny enough, I had an internet outage about an hour ago, and first thing I did was I got on, and I was like, what is this iron laying on the ground? And I go up to the base of that, and I'm like, oh, it's a stack of iron, because the whole thing is so full, it started spitting iron out the side. And so I went in there and started to wrangle it and organize all the items, and I have like 5 iron stack blocks, or 5 stacks of iron blocks, I mean, on my person right now.
What the heck? Because
that thing just ran all night, and my internet cut out on me too quickly, so I wasn't able to put them back.
That's insane. Like, there's also like this like totem thing, right? Like the what was it, a totem farm?
Yes, yes. Oh, I can take you there if you want to quickly do a little run by.
Yeah, might as well. Let's go.
Okay. It's down this way.
On like stream, like I think like a week ago. Like I went there and then I died in 1 shot.
Oh, ouch. Well,
there we go.
You go ahead. You depart.
Let's go.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh no. Run. Wait.
Whoa,
Oh, you got
it. Okay, I got it. Okay. Sal dug this tunnel. This is Sal's beauty handiwork. Although it does probably need a little bit more color down here, but you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. The next part is my favorite part when we get back up to the surface. Dug on it for like 3 hours one night. I was busy. We were in VC with Bezo and like one other person. And while he was digging this, I was raiding an ancient city. And I got Swift Sneak. Anyway, so did you know you could ride down underwater?
What the heck?
Yeah, you can ride underwater.
Oh, the dolphins in the way.
Oh, damn dolphins. Seriously?
Oh, creeper. Oh my gosh.
He's gone. Well, anyway, dolphins notwithstanding, you can usually ride all the way to the raid farm. Well, that's the raid farm.
Oh yeah, I guess I did see it, so... Yeah.
We got to see it from a distance. Say, wave goodbye, and that's about the end of it. That creeper could have exploded and ruined everything.
Should we show the sewer thing as well?
Yes, sewers. Oh man, I'm not done with the sewers, but like, we're gonna have to quickly do more sewer stuff before we end. Bezo, by the way, just as an aside, he made this giant frog here. It looks so awesome. And he said, yeah, you should make an exit to the sewers out underneath it, like underneath its underwater here sewer system. So we ended up, because I had a lot of time to just sort of twiddle my thumbs. So I ended up making this sort of like a warp pipe looking thing. It gets really complicated down here.
Wait 1 second. Oh, will you brave the smoky sewer depths, Jack? Nice. All right, let's go.
Yeah, you didn't expect to have there be smoke particles underwater.
Yeah, that's weird. I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, there are 2 major forks in the road, and one puts you out underground. Originally, this hole would dump you out near where your base is. Actually, I think like right here is where the signs are.
You guys don't know the signs from the stream.
Yeah, stream people. I don't recognize any of these people. I'm so sorry.
Well, they're like, most of them were from just like YouTube channel names.
Oh, Cody Smile. I recognize Cody Smile,
Yeah, Cody
and
Smile's here.
that's it. He's everywhere, though. So I don't know. I may or may not have a full-blown sewer entrance that like dumps out into the, I don't know, your basement or whatever. My goal was to hook up everybody's bases somehow, and just have like a secret entrance into every base, just for the fun of it. There was also going to be a lot of like twists and turns, like, oopsie, I took a wrong turn. Oh, it's a dead end.
See.
Oh no, where did I go? Oh no, how do I get out? But actually, there's really only like one path.
Reminds me of like do you know those channels where they go into like these caves?
Yes.
It
Oh,
reminds
I
me of
love
that.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get really claustrophobic, but they get really like in depth. So there's another giant sort of ravine, muddy ravine with water in it. And I was like, this is the perfect connection point, so you can get in here or you can get out here.
Nice. Yeah, this is really cool. How long did it take to like?
Oh, this is taking hours to throw everything together, because like you may not realize it, but there is, for every square meter of, I don't know, slab or stair,
Yeah, I see it.
there is a campfire everywhere. And so at a certain point, that's a lot of emeralds to have to make it all sort of smoky in here. But it works. Smoke particles go through blocks sometimes. You get from the conduit. When I was building this, I was having trouble not dying because drowning. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go way out and get a conduit. So I ran out, found a treasure, buried treasure, and then I was like, oh crap, I don't have prismarine. So I've got to go raid an ocean monument. So I raided an ocean monument in vanilla diamond armor, and I was like, oh god, now I've got to like do, what else did I have to do? I had to kill all the guardians and the elder guardians so that I could actually like not die, and collect the prismarine. That was fun. Then I had to gather up nautilus shells, and thankfully everybody and their brother had been auto fishing, so we had plenty of nautilus shells to like pilfer.
I'm at my firework farm. Like, I try to find like those nautilus shells and stuff like that.
Yeah, the drowned will spawn near the oceans, and one of them will be holding a nautilus shell. That's about the only other way to do it. You can also fish them up as a junk item, I think. It may be a junk item. It may be considered treasure. I don't know. But yeah, that's how you get a lot of nautilus shells. You need an autofish farm to really capitalize on that. Like, for example, Sal's autofish farm right down here has more junk and treasure and stuff than I think you could ever reasonably make use of. Although he's since sorted through all of it. So that's just like spare bows and books. It's got to be a 5x5x5, I believe. Yeah, you won't get treasure if you don't have it to be 5x5.
Oh, I see that. Okay, yeah.
They fixed that.
That could have helped me.
They got mad when people were doing the little 1x1, because Sal made the old 1x1 style down here. You can, I don't know, you don't have to walk over there, but you can like free cam over on that side and just see, there were these little tiny fishing shacks for anyone to make use of. And Mojang got really mad at people doing that because, well, that's cheap. That's easy. How dare you get easy fishing loot for no effort? And so they made you make a 5x5x5, and I think it has to have skylight access. And so yeah, they got mad and they fixed it, as they typically do. And then that up there, way up there, is going to be a creeper farm, from what I understand. It's your old typical mob farm.
Yeah, this base is coming along.
Yeah, it's also coming to an end very soon, apparently.
Oh, really?
So,
like, when?
Herm posted Thursday would work for me. Friday is actually not so ideal now. Thursday works for me. Thursday works for a few other people. A few other people are working late Friday and Saturday. A bunch of people are agreeing on Thursday, so it may be tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Oh dear, oh no, we may not get to do too much here. Yeah, to do all whatever last type jobs you want to do.
Yeah, the only thing I built here was the hobby hole.
Well, I mean, you've been busy with other things.
Yeah. Speaking of that, what are your thoughts about the iTristan whole video thing?
iTristan, more like lie Tristan. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so 2 years ago, I happened to see a video by the infamous X0XP. and I can link you this video because it is really, really telling. It's hard to know exactly how much of it is true, but because X0XP is ranting, it's also text to speech, and it's overlaid on a really bad song. Like, it's really hard to understand. But, like, I got the gist that basically Tristan made the hole. He lied. Like, he did not actually not know. Oh, I didn't know until people made videos about it. No, he was fully aware of what he was doing. Now, the going idea, I have a bit of an insider. I'm not going to say who he is, but he was at Imps too. He said that the Bedrock fill-in plugin, which was active when they pasted in Imps 2, the Bedrock fill-in plugin gave it a floor, but it screwed up because the Bedrock fill-in plugin was never perfect. So there's like a little gap in places where it's still open to the void. But other than that, like the floor, it was originally going to be a 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer void. And that's why it's now a Bedrock hole. So that was a bold-faced lie. Like, they were going to do something with that. They knew what they were doing. I don't know what they were going to do with it. I'm not even sure they knew what they were going to do with it. But I'm probably pretty sure that, like, there are a lot of people they knew more than they were letting on. You know? I can't really tell you who knew what or why, but there is very clearly more going on to that story. And so I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah, and like for my perspective on it, when I first messaged iTristan, I did not believe him at all. Here's another story about iTristan with him giving me information, right? When NoCom was happening, right, I was making a video about Niflheim, another base on the server. And like I asked him, like, because like iTristan was, I think he was part of like the griefing, I think, or like he found or something like that. So I asked him like about like Niflheim, and he said like the only thing he told me was no comment.
Yeah, he found it using NoCom.
Yeah.
That's why. That was their calling card. Any base they found. Why did you turn up at my base? Who is Bubba J, and why is he placing TNT at my base? Yeah, that was a NoCom thing. Like, that was all NoCom stuff. In 2019, 2020, that's how they found everything. That's how they got the first sight of Space Valkyria 3.
When iTristan said like he didn't know anything about the hole, I did not believe him. Until like I messaged like other people, like the Lamp God, he told me his story about it, like like the account in Fit's video about like you know, like T-Dude66. Fit thought he was iTristan's alt, but no, it was actually Lamp God's.
Oh, that's a lamp. Well, now that's probably in reference to Tristan, but Tristan calls himself T-Dude. Like, I've seen that before. It may not be on Minecraft. It may be I don't know, an account with whatever it is he uses. He's into tech. He uses a lot of tech accounts, so that wouldn't be too shocking. But yeah, that's not far off the mark. But it was Lamp God. Yeah, I get what you mean.
If it was just iTristan, I would just think, yeah, he's probably just lying. But he probably did make the hole. We don't really have like,
you don't have a smoking gun or a conversation or anything like that. I will say, my insider, let me see what he had to say about it exactly. We talked about this like a week ago, about the time your video came out. Crap, what exactly did he say? Okay, we discussed it on Christmas Day. Yeah, I knew he was probably lying. Name was my Imps alt. Other alts are in various locations. We were just discussing, where his alts were. My intertest pretty much has the whole Imps 2 museum, which I put on my alt before I left. That's hilarious. Fuck trusting any of the people who showed up in Nerds Inc., meaning showed up to Imps 2, because Imps 2 was Offtopia, this guy, and then like 2 or 3 other people. And then suddenly Nerds people started showing up. And that was kind of what spooked him, and he vamoosed. Also, before I went to sleep last night, I saw Fast Vincent's video about on the Imps hole. Tristan knew about the hole. That is bullshit, because I spoke with Tristan about it before I left. And he said, it is a secret. They wouldn't give me any information. I forget, but I remember being in a call asking Tristan and Ox about it, and that's when I was trying to get exact dates on the hole itself, which would have probably been late 2015. You also have to remember I was freaking out about them showing up at all. Yeah, he was. Then I panic quit. I asked them about why they showed up at Imps 2. Quitting was a great decision. Yeah, that was basically it. It saved him from living through NoCom. Yeah, that was like right after that. Yep, and he made himself quit, and that was the end of it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he was, that was more or less it. Like, there were people talking about this as far back as right before the end of NoCom, and right before Imps 2 was even brute force found by Orsund and Herm. So like clearly people know more than they're letting on. And in typical fashion, you can't get any information out of these people when you want to. I remember Bezo talking about, or he was asked a question, I forget when, about how difficult it is to interview people. And of course, I'm sure you have firsthand experience about how that is. Some people don't give info. You gotta, massage their ego and get them to talk openly about this or that. And some people just can't be honest about anything. They're just so secretive. And Tristan has always been one of those types too.
Just like a block game, Like it's not even like real life stuff. It's just
doesn't even play. And
Exactly.
yet it's Illuminati level, like, oh, you're not in the in club. See, that's something I've kind of wanted to point out for a long time. There has always been this group of people who have this sort of, we are the hackers, we know about the ins and outs of Minecraft, we can do blah, blah, blah. And if you're not able to get on our level, you are trash. And we will treat you like that. We will talk to you like you're a child. We will withhold all information from you. We're not like, you're never going to be our friend. You're never in the in club, that kind of stuff. And it gets really tiresome after a while because these types, you can't be their friend. You can't like get close to them. The only exception to that was Pyrobite. He was in the group, but he was also cool on his own. He wasn't like elitist about it. And he was nice. And you could tell he wanted to have fun. And he didn't really care how he had fun or who he had fun with. But like the people who would go on to be Nerds Inc., they always had that stink of elitism about them. And I don't know how they're faring now, but I wouldn't be shocked if they still act about the same way.
But then again, I think maybe that's why like they do it in the first place, just to like make the server more mysterious or something like that.
It's silly. It's just childish silliness, in my opinion.
I guess we can move on to Space Valkyria 3.
Yes, I finally released that. That's wow. 7 years of effort finally over and gone. I started it in late 2016. That was like the very first pocket that we tried to establish. And then we ended up moving a little bit. And then I built on it for like a year, and then we moved again. And I built on that place for about a year, and then we got found, and it got blown up by the nerds. And then we moved back to the second place, and we built on that, and then we got found by the Turks. And there are still Turkish people to this day who keep bringing this up.
Really?
And yes.
Like they message you on Discord?
Yes, they message me on Discord. They message me in game. There are a lot of crazy people who are just like, join Turkey. Hello. The name of the big, there was a big Turkish streamer who happened to find it in 2020. And Adal was his name, Adal Kanadal or something like that. And he says, Adal sends his love. And I'm like, God, I don't want to hear about you people anymore. Stop messaging me. And like after that, I kept it single player only for a long time. And then it's finally out. It's finally done. I can finally move on. I am so over it. I am tired of seeing the quartz block. It's a beautiful block, but you can only live in a white, sort of white on black void for so long before you want to see some color and some life like this place.
And yeah, you also made like the map art right here, right?
Yes. I made this promotional map art to, I spread a few stacks of it around spawn, Christmas Eve, and ran out very quickly. And I was like, geez, I should have brought a shulker full. And that was the end of it. And I was like, okay, well, I'll release it on Christmas Day, which I did. You can find the video, on my channel there. I, of course, named it my channel so that you can just copy and paste it if you want to go there. I believe this is the URL to the trailer itself. And other than that, yeah, like it's all done. I can move on. I tried making a Space Valk 4 in 2020 after we were found, but we'd been on 1.12 for too long on here, and I got sick of the server, and so I quit for a while. I never thought it would change or come back or update or any of that, and I was like, if it never updates, oh well, it'll just slowly die out, and that'll be the end of it. And then Housemaster got his act together and made the place decent again.
Yeah, about the update, actually. What would you think if, like, Housemaster never reverted the changes? Do you think the server will be in a better place or, like, in a worse place?
By now, I think everything would have more or less equalized because there was a dupe. I'm just going to say it. Some of the people at this base had a very, very powerful dupe. It didn't last for super long. We had it for, like, a week and a half. And I got a shulker full of really good stuff from those people, including like stacks of netherite blocks, stacks of netherite god armor, etc., etc. And so, like, yeah, it would have sucked to lose everything, but like, look at me, okay? We arrived here and we put all our old stuff in our ender chests and didn't touch it. We arrived here, we were naked for however long you wanted to stay naked. Look at yourself. You're in iron armor, right? You never advanced past the iron armor stage. Yeah, but you never advanced past the iron armor stage. Well, I was like, I'm going to make some fucking god armor from scratch. And so that's what I did. All of this is netherite god armor that I cobbled together. I bred the villagers over there. I made the string duper. Oh man, the string duper. Let's show off the string duper. That's my pride and joy. The string duplicating is insane. It's kind of hard to understand at first. Come down here.
What the?
Like, yes. Did you know there's a villager that buys string? And it's just chests full of string all the way down. There is a villager that buys string.
That's insane.
And so with a duplicator that can just make string infinitely, you can just infinite emeralds. And so you can engineer up librarians that will give you whatever enchantment you want, and you can make your god armor that way. And of course, trading gives you a ton of XP, so you don't even need an XP farm. Let me go on and turn the machine on. It's really funny to watch. So this machine duplicates string. I didn't even know this existed either, but like it does.
So like, how exactly? Is it just like it uses the villagers to?
No, the villagers are only for trading. But like the machine, it's totally redstone. Let me turn it off. I can explain it pretty decently. Okay. Let me. Oh, actually, I need to get into the pit itself. Okay. Let me totally unmake it. Okay. So, what you do is you get your tripwire hooks set up on the sides, and you set up your string. And you set up the thing. Okay, so first of all, notice how when you step in the string, it triggers. Right.
Yeah.
Now, this is a feature they added a very, very long time ago that even I forgot about because I think this was added in like 1.5, 1.6, like a long, long time ago. So they added the ability for shears to defuse a tripwire hook. So you left click, sort of like you're breaking the string with the shears in hand, but you just do it lightly. So one click, and you do it like that, and it will reform. Now notice how if I stand in it, it doesn't trigger anymore.
Oh.
So with 1.13, they added the ability to waterlog slabs, stairs, doors, and trapdoors. So what we are going to do is on this special clock, we have it set up right behind us. We have it set up on a certain delay to open the trapdoors long enough to allow like one little thing of water to flow out.
That's
and
insane.
that breaks the string rather. But because the trapdoor closes so quickly, it cuts off the water supply, and you end up getting the string entity dropping as an item. But because the string is still there, somehow, it's still there to set up and do the whole system all over again. So you get water flowing in, the trapdoor closes, then the trapdoor opens, water flows back in, and just over and over it breaks the same string item, or the same string entity over and over and over, drops it as an item, and then of course you collect it. And now we have more string than I think we could ever reasonably make use of.
Nice. Wow, it's like the
Yes.
rail duper kind of thing, but like
Yeah, it's a rail duper. Except the villagers never buy rails, so what's the point? Right, if you have a roller coaster you want to make, you know, rail duper is really cool, but that's about all you're going to be able to make use of. But these guys buy string. And obviously we have librarians and clerics and stuff here for other uses. And so in this manner, I was able to make god armor from scratch. Sal and I walked out into the nether like 20 kilometers away and found new nether chunks and managed to get netherite. And now we have all the good stuff. And I ran out to an ancient city. I bartered with piglins until I was blue in the face and got soul speed. Like, this is netherite god armor as it is. Like, it took about a week and a half.
Dang.
But like, once I had gotten it streamlined, I probably don't think it would have taken all that much time. But if the reset had never happened and we were just stuck on it, first of all, everybody would have eventually gotten over it. But second of all, we had a dupe for a little while, so some duped items would have spread. But also, good old-fashioned hard work is perfectly fine too. You can just make all of this shit again. It's not impossible to get right back up to where we would have been. House even said in his little post that he expected everybody to kind of be back to where they were pre-reset within like a month or so. And here we are 5 months later. Yeah, I agree. We would have all gotten back to normal by now. Like, yeah, people would have been mad, and people would probably forever bemoan the idea that Housemaster reached into their ender chests and violated them. Oh no. But like, at the end of the day, people would have moved on. We would have been all right. You and I would have perfectly been able to do whatever it is you wanted to do. I made my base from scratch. I lost Space Valk 4 like a year ago, and that was the last little bits of a stash that I had. But I had quit the server, and I was like, the server's never updating. What do I care? Have at it. Who gives a shit? Do whatever you like. 2B2T is dead to me. And then suddenly House got his act together, and now it's not dead. And I'm like, wow, this place is nice again. Oh, but I don't have a stash. Well, you know, good thing everybody had their items reset. Oh, well, I guess now that reset was walked back. Well, you know what? I'm just going to pretend that the reset did happen and that it doesn't matter to me. I can just, by my own teeth, by my own grit, I can just make myself back up to where I was. And I have a base that I've built for the last 5 months, and I've been working hard on it, and I built it totally from scratch with no duped items, none of that, and I've just made it amazing. And it's totally possible to make a cool mega base with just the sweat of your own brow. You can do it. It isn't impossible. You don't need an item shop to come and spot you 50 million stone, or, you know, okay, all of that will save you some time. I agree. Having a stash is definitely a convenience. But that it is not necessary is the whole point. So everybody complaining about, oh, my items were stolen by Housemaster. Like, talk to me about losing a base. I lost my very first base to Housemaster. The entire dimension I lived in at that time was deleted back in 2012. Like, I almost lost everything then too. It's okay. You can pick yourself up and move on. It's not the end of the world. Talk to me about losing Space Valk 3. The nerds blew up the biggest fucking stash I had ever made off the back of the chunk dupe. And that sucked. But you know what? I'm alive. I'm here. I'm okay. I got stuff. I can work for it. I can make it happen. As long as you're willing to do the hard work and take out the time and effort to make stuff happen, it's all right. You'll have a base. You'll have stuff. Life is okay.
So pretty much like you have no excuse. If you're a new player, you have no excuse.
Exactly. You have no excuse.
The only thing I have like a problem with that is like the gapples. Like, how would you get new gapples? Oh,
You see this?
You have 3 gapples.
I have 3 god apples right here. You know where I got them? I had 6. I gave one away to Vincent and one away to Bezo and one away to Sal. I refreshed a stack in my ender chest, and I had 3 left over. You know where I got these bad boys? Ancient cities. They're rife with them. Yes, you got to raid a lot of ancient cities, and no, we don't have the seed or a midst or any way of like finding where they are. But if you're able to travel, you'll probably find a good number of ancient cities, and if you're careful, you can raid them pretty safely. It's not hard to get stuff. It's annoying, but it's not hard. That's the whole point. You can do whatever you want. I'm eating golden carrots at the Midnight Council. I made these myself. It's not hard. Oh, yeah. We made an iron farm, and I have 5 stacks. 5 stacks of iron blocks, all of which we made overnight. You can do it. You can do whatever you want to do on this server. You just got to have the stick-to-itiveness to make it work.
So if you're watching this, if you're a new player, you have pretty much no excuse.
No excuse. No excuse, none. And even better, okay, I've got a netherite hoe, netherite shovel, netherite axe, a silk touch netherite pick, and a fortune netherite pick, and a netherite sharpness sword. I've got to get sharp 5 on it, and a smite 5 netherite sword too. I've got all of this plus full netherite armor. You just got to work for it, guys. It's not that bad.
And like, I think the main problem with that is like people are just spoiled with all the
Yeah.
dupes and stuff like that. And,
Yes.
like, they don't want to work for
Very.
this stuff.
We
People
even have
quit.
totems.
Yeah, we have like a totem farm as well. We get like,
Yeah.
how many totems we have like in that? Like,
Oh,
area?
dude. I gave as many as I could and put them in Sal's chest over here. Like, it's unreal.
Oh, we have, wow.
We have 18. That's 18 right there. That's all I had on me. And I was like, I don't need that many totems. Because I went to the farm and grinded a bit just to try it out. And I was like, what am I going to do with all these? Like, I filled up my inner chest because I had been down some totems. And from there, I was just like, well, what do I do with all the rest? I don't know. I'll put them in Sal's chests. Whatever. Like, so I've been using Sal's little, because this is supposed to be Sal's storage area. And I've just been using it as a community storage area. And I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. What's it matter? You know, it all works.
Alright, so I guess for like the present 2BTT activities, we can talk about like the chicken exploit. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the chickens. Oh, the chicken stuff was wild. I didn't expect such a large oversight because who knew you could just destroy the local TPS of the Folia region you happen to be in just by putting a few thousand chickens in a hole that happened to have some vines on it. Like, the craziness of how people discover these things, it just never ceases to amuse me. It was completely found by accident, and it had, like, just one accident is all it takes to run amok on this server. I love it. That was like 2v2t in a nutshell. Was just the entire chicken incident really like showed you, yeah, you can just ruin people's days simply by figuring out one little oversight, and the next thing you know, bam, you can lag all of spawn.
Yeah, and I was actually in contact with the people who were doing it too. Like, they were doing it in the end dimension, and like the end dimension.
Oh,
There's,
they
like,
were.
Tons of chickens out there. I have footage of that. I'll probably
Oh,
gonna
that's
put it
cool.
up on the screen right now. Yeah, there was tons of chickens that spawned, and like when you try to go into the end portal or end gateway, like you couldn't even go in there. You would.
Oh wow, that bad, huh?
You literally your game would crash.
Foley has fixed all that now, right?
Yeah, Housemaster, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely patched it.
Yeah, so there's no way you're ever gonna like have to worry about that again. But it's an interesting idea because in my experience, you know, House hasn't really like been the most diligent when it comes to keeping exploits permanently patched. Like sometimes some patches are just they're gone. Like some things are patched and that's the end. And some things will come back. Do you remember bed teleporting?
Yeah.
Yeah, bed teleportation was wild. It was patched, and then it was unpatched magically. I have to wonder if there wasn't some shenanigans regarding that, like why it was unpatched. Who knows? Who knows? And so for things like that, I have to wonder, like, will we see the chicken holes make a resurgence at some point in the future when it's more convenient, or when everybody has forgotten about it and the devs who have patched it inadvertently unpatch it? That type of thing. It really is something.
It was like super easy to make too. I don't even know. It was like super small. Like I have like a tutorial thing on Discord. Like it only took like 5 minutes to make. I think it would actually work on like other servers as well because like I don't even think they would know how to patch it right now. Because I know like one of my friends wanted to use the chicken exploit on a PvP server.
Oh wow, that's funny.
But we haven't tried it out yet, but it might still work.
Dude, I think it was Folia. It may have been our anti-cheat, Grim, that was responsible for it being possible. I don't know. You're going to have to find out what that server is running and work around that, because it may not work at all.
I just wanted to see if it does work, then that pretty much means it will work on like pretty much all servers then.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. People who want to just PvP has always been amusing. Griefing PvPers is always amusing because they have such a short fuse. I have to wonder, do PvPers, like, are they trying to compensate for something? Because their personalities, it's just something about their personalities. It's just like, they're very one-sided people. They got one-track minds, And if you delay them or mess with them in any way, they can't handle it. Like they melt down. It's so funny.
I can kind of relate to it in a way since like what was it? I play a
Uh-huh.
game called Super Smash Mobs on like Mineplex.
Oh yeah.
I played on that for years. There's people on that server who have like over 10,000 wins, right? They would play for
Yeah.
hours and hours on day. Yeah, and like there's this guy named Didera. Didera, if you're watching this, I'm gonna get to your level one day, alright? Alright? But
Okay.
I have pretty much a lot of wins on there. And like when I lose, I get angry too, you know. But like I don't
Yeah.
get angry, like, you know, punching walls. Like rah, rah, rah. You know, I usually when I get angry, I say I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna find a way to dodge quicker and stuff like that. I can relate to how these PvPers get angry and stuff like that. I don't get angry to the point where like I want to like you know find where they are. What are their
Oh
coordinates
yeah.
in real
Dox
life?
them.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
those are PvPers on 2B2T do. Like
Yeah.
they get so angry that they want to find
Oh yeah.
someone's
Oh
location.
yeah.
And that's why I don't want PvP on the server, you know, because like
You might end up getting that angry. You think?
no, no, not me, but like if I become good on here, right, someone's
Yeah.
gonna probably do that to me.
Oh well. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. People definitely like. There's something about knocking people down, heavy air quotes, and like knowing who they are so that you can mess with them in a way that they can't mess with you. Because like on a server where you can PvP others, it's a hopefully somewhat even playing field. But now I don't know, like that's kind of why people dox each other. They want to like get one over on you in a way you can't get one over on them. It's very childish stuff. It really is.
Have you heard about the water cube thing? There's like a war at Spar
Oh,
now.
are they
Water cube.
trying to destroy it?
I think I think they're trying to destroy it. There's one group trying to destroy it, and there's also a group trying to rebuild it.
Well, the height updated. So the biggest problem with the previous water cube, from what I understood, was that it was at world height, and so it made ruining it really difficult because you just didn't have any vertical build height. But now you do. So I don't know. It might become impossible to fully regenerate it because there may be always somebody trying to make it big and then somebody trying to destroy it. I don't know. The perpetual fight between creation and destruction is always an interesting one. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, I haven't heard about anything in the past few days. There's like a Discord for it, but like once my next video is done, I'll probably look more into it and stuff like that because it's actually pretty interesting. They're like literally making like a whole war about it. So like
People.
once Midnight Council is done, I'll probably go spawn to see the progress of it.
Well, once Midnight Council's done, I'm probably going to recluse up in my base because I have a lot of map arts that I have to organize and a large museum to expand. I've been really like obsessed now that I'm back and like everybody's, you know, making new maps and there's no limit anymore and all that, just like we had hoped years and years ago. And so now that there are no map resets and stuff like that, like my map, you know, I want to just get as many other people's as I can and just display them and have a huge grand old time.
And also, one more thing about before we end the thing. What is your theory about who runs 2B2T nowadays? Do you think it's like George Bush 420? Do you think it's the original Housemaster or someone new?
Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's still the OG Housemaster. It wouldn't shock me if he's got a team of some people behind him. There usually have to be at this point because, you know, someone's got to be maintaining plugins and making all the additions and the updates and figuring out what to add, what to fix, you know, all that. Because they fixed the chicken stuff really quickly. I would like to think that had to have at least been one or two people working on the problem, in addition to Housemaster. I don't know, somebody working on the website, somebody keeping the plugin, or not plugin, the, what is it? Priority queue, how you buy the queue, keeping that running. You know, there's got to be at least 5 people, I think, in total running the place. There may be more, there may be less. I've always heard there are shareholders or someone like that interested in keeping things running. Just who knows, really? There's no way to really be sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was maybe as many as 10 people.
Or like, do you think like there's like the original Housemaster just responds to the emails, or like do you think it's someone else?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
I remember someone saying like you know George Bush 420 had like a different feeling to his emails, right? Like he was more aggressive and stuff like that, and like the original Housemaster was more professional.
Yes, that's that kind of seems like what's going on. I know there has been some handing back and forth off of the server. Whether or not it's in the original person's hands or someone else's, you probably will never know, realistically.
Because I know there's people, you know, like Zero Neb He had like this whole
Yeah.
post, like trying to like find these people. He messaged people in like that huge thread. He had like some sort of like FBI bullet point sort of thing, screenshot. He would like go down the list, message these people, and then like they say, yeah, I had a little bit of contact with him, but like I don't know who Housemaster is, stuff like that. So
Right.
still a mystery.
Maybe if you were a really good detective of the internet, you could maybe detect all the things and places and stuff House has been and kind of work backwards and maybe detect an identity. I don't know. Again, I'm pretty sure there are more than one person is involved in the maintenance of this place. So you have a lot of work ahead of you.
But yeah, I guess that's everything for this podcast, I think, right? It's been like,
Oh yeah.
let's see how long it's been.
It's been a little bit under an hour.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Jack, for being the first person on this epic fastcast. Hopefully this will be weekly, because you know, you guys are paying for this. So yeah, there you go. Or if you're watching this on the fastcast, this will be like 2 weeks after it's released on the main channel. So yeah, very cool, very cool. If you want to go check out Jack, his YouTube is Jacktherippa as well. It'll be in the description. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. And goodbye.
Oh, also, you can put these out.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And you can relight them. I need a flint and steel.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to make one, I think.
Alright, goodbye, people. Goodbye.
Goodbye.